My head hurts, and I'm never, ever letting the nurse convince me to watch another Jurassic World movie ever again. That movie was just pure Jurassic crap. Hey guys, it's me, the gaming Dr. Mada. And yeah, I have another movie review for you, and this one stinks. No, not the review itself. The review is going to be excellent. I mean, you have noticed I'm getting better at this. But no, I'm talking about the actual movie itself. I know I'm spoiling the end, right? But still, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be taking a major dino dump on this thing. Worse than a T-Rex relieving himself after 2 weeks of constipation. So please hit that notification bell down there so anytime my videos come up, you always know that I'm around. And I won't need to hunt you with my knife and scalpel. Yeah, I will find you. And let's get into the review of my next patient, Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic Park is a legendary movie that premiered on 9th June 1993. It was directed by the great Steven Spielberg and scripted by Michael Crichton and David Koepp. This movie was phenomenal when it came out, mixing both practical effects and the newly discovered CGI. It was something the world hadn't seen at this time. I was blessed to have seen it as a kid in theaters, and also because of it couldn't sleep for like months due to panic of using the bathroom and having a T-Rex bite off my head. If you watch the original movie, you will understand that reference. The cast was perfect, with Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill playing Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, and Alan Grant respectively. With its box office success, making close to $1 billion, a sequel was greenlit. The Last World came and did okay, which led to a third movie, Jurassic Park 3. This one was horrible and led the franchise to be put on ice for a while, until 2015, where we had Jurassic World. This movie was weird to me, and I won't go too much into detail, but the basic premise was that people who ran the park saw people were getting bored of seeing real-life dinosaurs. NANI? Honestly? Really? Huh? Yeah, so they created a dinosaur that was super smart, could camouflage itself and could coordinate with other dinosaurs to fight for its cause. Then we had a subplot on how Chris Pratt's character, named Owen, managed to train some raptors, and how some dude saw this and wanted to integrate them into the army? Look, we have lions, we have cheetahs, we have bears, and so many other animals which are blimmin' vicious. And you think we will let them out into the army? This is so bloody stupid. Anyway, they managed to stop this guy and also managed to destroy the Indominus Rex that had caused havoc on the park. But not after it had caused a dino riot and killed hundreds of people. Anyway, Fallen Kingdom was next and took place on the island where the Jurassic World disaster had taken place. There was going to be a serious volcanic eruption which would have led to the deaths of all those dinosaurs. Which honestly, I don't think would have been a bad thing. So Owen and the one who had run the previous Jurassic World, Claire, and others tried to go save them and transfer them to another island. However, shady individuals come and transfer the dinosaurs to the mainland to be sold to collectors. And we have some subplot of some cloned girl named Macy who was created by scientists, and she lets the dinosaurs free because apparently since they were both clones, they and her are alike. I'm frustrated reading my own script. Anyway, a lot more stuff happens, but that's the basics. At the end of the day, Macy dooms mankind by releasing dinosaurs into the world, and this is the aftermath of that. Now, a lot of things happen in this movie, but let's just agree that at the end of the day, what she did was ridiculously stupid. I mean, honestly, releasing dinosaurs into mankind. You know the ecological ramifications of that? Anyway, yeah. But those can be reviewed in another movie review if you ever want me to go down that path. Please don't make me go down that path. Sorry. Let's get into the presentation of this new movie. This movie shows us that Owen, Claire, and the whiny teen Macy have shacked up in a cabin in the woods somewhere. Somehow Blue, the raptor in the first movies, lives close by too, for reasons. They are hiding because it seems shady people want Macy to do experiments on her. Owen is now a dinosaur rancher, whisperer, and Claire is around. So Macy breaks the rules of hiding and being safe because she wants to explore and eventually gets kidnapped because, like I said, she released dinosaurs on Earth and doomed mankind and people want to experiment her. And then we have our returning team of Ian, Ellie, and Alan coming back to deal with the infestation of giant locusts? NANI? I honestly wish I was making this up. Honestly. So these locusts are eating crops of farmers, all except the crop of people buying seed from an organization called Biosyn. So Biosyn is a large organization being run by the blandest, dullest CEO on this earth. No, not him. I'm talking about this guy. Although he would, fit the category. So there is some plot around that, and somehow both the main plot and the side plot revolve around Biosyn. I won't get into spoilers just in case you hate yourself and you want to actually watch this after I review this and all. Are you really gonna watch this? Really? Okay, anyway, let's get into my signs and symptoms. As usual, with my signs and symptoms, we always start off with the characters. How were they? Let's start. Everyone sucked. I'm not lying. There's no character development. Everyone is just so bland and boring. No, I'm not saying they are bad actors, but this script sucked. This bland CEO villain seemed to never know what's going on. I've seen spreadsheets more intimidating than him. He's very mumbly and annoying and seems to be extremely oblivious and forgettable. His rationale for his plans make no sense. Seems money is the only reason he does everything. Claire and Owen just seem to be there to save the foster daughter who was never in any real danger. Then we have our returning characters. What an injustice. Here we have Alan, who's been dying to get into Ellie's panties since they discovered the dinosaurs. That was actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in. There was a forced love triangle thing between Ian, Alan, and Ellie. Well, not really a love triangle per se, but Alan just was jealous and honestly added nothing much to the story. And their romance felt like fan fiction more than anything. There was no build up to it, it just happened. Ian doesn't fare better. He's now just a person that has been in all these movies telling us that dinosaurs are dangerous and all. But the worst character by far is Macy. Like, she's such an angsty, rude, rebellious, obnoxious teenager. I didn't like her, wanted her gone. She knew the situation she had put the world in and the risk on her life. So my goodness, her behavior was ridiculous. Now let's move on to another thing, the CGI. I understand that CGI is hard and all to do, but there was a scene where they focused on Blue and Owen, but you could tell the quality was really bad. CG in the original was more believable than this. Then we have a lack of tension. Not one time did I ever believe these characters were in danger. I mean, Claire literally outran a dinosaur, a very fast raptor dinosaur on foot. Minutes later, Owen was struggling to beat this dinosaur on a freaking motorcycle. In fact, Claire got into a car and the thing was actually keeping up with her. So I'm confused. I understand she ran in high heels in the first movie, but is that now a thing? I'm just wondering. There was also a female villain who had this cocky, arrogant attitude, but was taken down faster than the last dinosaur theme park in this franchise. We also have this pilot by the name of Kyla Watts, played by the Wanda Wise, who just came out of nowhere and was just very appropriate. Like, her addition in this story made no sense. She was in the criminal underworld and knew what was going on, and then she just helps our characters, and the justification is just, honestly, there is none. I really don't know what to say or what reason she had, but yeah, anyway, let's continue. The dinosaurs were also really confusing because they weren't really doing anything to the good guys. The dinosaurs actually took a back seat to whatever else was happening in this crazy movie. Then I had to suspend my disbelief with the lack of security at Biosyn. Our protagonists could literally go anywhere they wanted with a few sneaky things, and there was no guards, there was nothing. They could walk freely within the secret areas of Biosyn, and it was just so much. It was just so stupid. So stupid! But the final thing that really pissed me off was that bloody gesture Owen keeps using. Owen uses it a lot on dinosaurs that he's never met. It barely worked on his raptors, especially Blue. Now it works on every other dinosaur that he meets. In fact, Neo actually is the only one who beats him with the previous movies where he's holding his hands up. and this guy is second. And when Macy used it, I paused and I dropped more F-bombs than a 2-hour Tarantino movie. Yeah, this movie was bad. And I could go on for days crapping on it, but I think we've heard enough. Let's give this movie a diagnosis. So, after all that, what do I think about this movie? Well, you've heard the worst, and I honestly have nothing redeeming to say much about it. It had a story, I guess, but yeah, overall I didn't like this movie. It was just so painful, it was so tiring to listen to, it was so tiring to watch. All the actors were just meh, the story was just meh. The villains were so bad, the dinosaurs were just useless. And the worst part is they did that whole thing that they've been doing with the recent movies where T-Rex comes to save the day all the damn time. I mean, come on, can we have a different ending instead of T-Rex fighting the final dinosaur for us every freaking time? Anyway, that was fun. Yeah, so my diagnosis for this patient is, it's a terminally ill patient. It needs to be put down. It needs to be made extinct. Yes, I use that very obvious pun, but what do you expect? The first Jurassic Park movie was a revolution for cinema. What it did was so impressive. Even up to now, I still get blown away with the score, with the music, with the environments, with the dinosaur design, everything. And now I'm watching this movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never been so bored watching dinosaurs trying to kill people for an hour and a half or two. I don't even know how long it was. It was just an hour and a half too long. So yeah, that's what I thought about this movie. Let's get into the recommendations. For my recommendations, please stop. Just stop. Like, you have nothing to prove, Jurassic Park. It's over. Your heyday is done. What I hate about current movies these days is that they will bring back a franchise that has been forgotten and try to bring back life to it when no one asked for it. When is this going to end? When are we going to have a movie which is just new idea and all that? I pray this is the last trilogy of a franchise we have to bear through from the 1990s, because times have changed, our mindsets have changed, our creativity has changed, and I just want this gone. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me again on this movie. I know I ranted a lot, but what can I say? It was crap. It was real dog doo-doo. Yeah, no, honestly, it was shit. Sorry for swearing, but it was really shit. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's always fun to do these things for you and just give you some information about what I think about this kind of latest stuff. Weirdly enough, by the way, fun fact, this new movie has almost got $1 billion, so more to come. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Make this channel grow. I'm sure one day I'll reach 1,000 views and subscribers. I've already reached 1,000 views. Thank you guys. And yeah, till next time guys. On to the next patient.